My family is, Piper is the youngest. She's our little buddy peg friend, and she's 4. And then I have an older daughter named Charlie, who's 10. So she was on training wheels until she was 9. And now Piper, it's like she never even, like, what are training wheels? Why would you use those? For sure. Well, we watched a lot of YouTube videos, none of which helped. By the way, everything we said was wrong. Everything we did was wrong. We made her cry a lot. It was very painful. And she wanted to bicycle. And she actually has a very close friend of hers who is her age who has not learned to bicycle and is really bummed about it. But yeah, it's just a totally different, like trying to do it on your own. When we brought Piper to the first class with you guys, Piper was still on a balance bike. I don't think we had even attempted training wheels yet. And somehow you got, I don't know. Anyway, by the end of the day, she was, what is it? One, we felt like failures as parents, but then we were able to quickly get over that and see the magic of what had happened. So her little, I mean, we can go on family bike rides now with a 4-year-old, which is crazy. Okay, so before Buddy Pegs, it was an exhausting ordeal of so much gear because we have, for Charlie, this tandem attachment, you know, so it turns into a tandem bike, whatever bike, mine or Steve's, turns into a tandem bike with her on the back where she's kind of pedaling. So it just was like feeling like a parade situation, you know, and we're each pulling something heavy, and so then you're limited to the greenway, which is not bad. I mean, we're lucky to have the greenway here. It's a nice ride. Sure. But that's just a lot of equipment. It was a solid 30 minutes to an hour to get everyone like prepared to go on the bike ride. And then you go bike ride for like 15 minutes and somebody's crying or somebody needs ice cream or, you know, yeah. And then the bike ride's over and then you have to detach everything. And then the trailer thing folds down and you have to store it. And it just, now we just hop on our bikes. You put a helmet on, get on your bike, and leave. It's the coolest. So before Buddy Peg, she just frankly wasn't very interested. I mean, it just wasn't fun, and she would get frustrated. And even the balance bike wasn't fun because she couldn't quite figure it out. And we're like, you just balance. Balance. Duh, just balance. And then she would exert so much energy that we couldn't go very far. And now, just a couple weeks ago, we biked around downtown all day with both kids. Like we rode from the square to Crepes Paulette for lunch, to Airship for coffee, to 8th Street Market. I mean, we just rode everywhere. And you would think that would, you know, a 4-year-old would be like zonked after that. And maybe she did miss her window for a nap, but she was good to go all day. And we never could have done that on the balance bike or on training wheels. So the training wheel process with Charlie, we've had a lot of bikes with Charlie. And like trying to find training wheels for larger bikes when you're in the bike shop, you know, and you're like, I need training wheels on this giant adult-sized bike because she is a giant adult-sized child. But no, I mean, her grandparents tried. They have a nice flat road down in Prairie Grove, and she would do pretty good on their street for a little while. And I don't know, it was just very nerve-wracking. Like, she just was trying so hard, but then it became not fun. So with Charlie, the other cool thing about Northwest Arkansas is there are so many different opportunities. And the thing that really liberated her, because she didn't have buddy pegs, eventually her brain just figured it out, and we got her off training wheels at 9 years old. And then she got into Little Bellas, which is the mountain biking organization for little girls. And that has been amazing for her confidence. So between Piper with buddy pegs and Charlie with Little Bellas, like, they're set, you know, like they're set up for like a lifetime of loving biking. I just remember the freedom that came with biking as a kid. I don't know, things are different now, but when I was a kid, I remember biking. I lived in Little Rock, and I remember just biking all over town when I was about Charlie's age, you know, just being able to go anywhere. I don't know that I'm there with just sending my kids off into the world on their own, but at least we have this delightful little square area where they can bike around. And also for my kids, like, the exercise is great. It doesn't feel like exercise, but you are moving your body. You're using your body to go do something fun. for the girls, I want them to be completely independent and to know how, like, I can't work on a car, right? Like, no. But worst case scenario, I can figure out a bike and I can use a bike to get anywhere I need to go. So I think that's pretty cool. And that's a skill that they'll have. And also, I'm just trying to build riding buddies for myself. Exactly. When my girlfriends aren't available, I need to be able to, like, come on. Piper will probably pass me, like, any minute. I want them to have a skill that they can be proud of, no matter where they go. Like, if they, my hope for them is that they get out and see the world. And to be able to bike in all different kinds of places would be a really cool experience. And it can be an intentional part of travel, which is really fun too. So we'll see. I mean, I think they'll build their own community. I think that bicycling has given them both a new form of confidence that they wouldn't have had. Like Charlie, for instance, is not a very athletic person by nature. She's very academic. She's not into organized sports necessarily, but she loves her bike. And Piper, we don't know. I mean, she's 4, but she's also fearless. So I feel like she is going to be rather athletic. Friends that have their kids in like competitive cheering, competitive gymnastics, and those are not necessarily life skills. Like, you don't see a group of grown women getting together to cheer. So I think things like, I don't know, biking, tennis, golf, like I love life skill type of physical activities. And so for the girls, this makes a whole lot of sense for them. And it's something you can do anywhere. So what's the fun sort of kind of extra things we've learned in Buddy Pegs is how to celebrate the fall. As opposed to, oh no, I fell. Now I think I need to cry, which is the normal kid response. And so now when she falls, no matter what she's doing, whether in Buddy Pegs or not, she brushes it off because she learned that in Buddy Pegs. And when we're around her, like, yeah, that was a good one, as opposed to, oh my God, are you okay? That kind of trepidatious parent, like, are you going to cry kind of situation. Now we're like, yes, that was a good one. And she just hops right up, and it's the coolest thing. And that has rubbed off on Charlie too. Like sometimes when Charlie falls, we're like, yes. Especially when they fall on their bike. I mean, it just is a totally different response for a kid. I think Buddy Pegs has been absolutely liberating for my kids. Like it's given them so much freedom and fun on their bikes. And I think we were making it unintentionally, but we were making it kind of stressful and intense. And we're like, you will have fun. This is fun. Yeah, and now it is actually fun. And they do things like eagle legs and hop like a bunny. And, even when we're just being silly on a bike ride, we'll do those kinds of things. But you guys are like truly the most amazing teachers for them. Like you have a thing that I, as like a type A Virgo, cannot. Like, we are having fun. But you guys are actually like, you lead from a place of fun, which is great for the kids. We love that. Yeah. Yeah, Piper keeps asking when the next bike class is. That's what she calls it, bike class. When is bike class?
Yeah.